So this past Sunday was our first Sunday when we had people here in the assembly room of Westminster Presbyterian Church worshiping in person, along with the congregation that gathered on Zoom. It was a pretty amazing experience for me. I have only led in-person worship once before at Westminster, and I think it was about 3.5 years ago. And I have never led in-person worship here in the assembly room, or hadn't prior to last Sunday. And I was pretty preoccupied with the technology, the mics, the speakers, the cameras, the big screens. And I was very focused on everybody who was here and meeting and greeting. And it wasn't until I got back home after the service that it really hit me. You know, that was a big deal. That was a big deal to come back to in-person worship in this church that we haven't been able to be in for 16 months. I don't know if you feel it, but I feel a temptation as COVID lessens and we're coming out of this time of pandemic to just push ahead, to forget what just happened, to just barrel forward and to celebrate being back together and to just try to get life back to normal as possible. But the truth is, that is not all that we need to do when we gather together. It's not all that we can do when we gather together. We can also acknowledge this has been hard. It's been hard. It's been hard for us as individuals, and it has been hard for us as a church. This time of exclusion from the building, this time of great anxiety, this time of sickness and sorrow has been hard for all of us and for us as a country. And when we come together as a church, we don't have to leave the hard parts of the story outside, out in the parking lot. We don't have to pretend that those parts of the story aren't there. We can bring them with us, acknowledge them. In fact, they come with us, whether we acknowledge them or not. But we are better as a community. We're able to heal better as a people when we can say things that are true, including that this has been hard, that it hurts, that it's been painful. You know, there's something we know to be true there from personal experience, recent experience, but that truth is also echoed in ancient stories in the Bible. Stories that are thousands of years old carry that same message. We'll look at one of those on Sunday, and we'll take some time to ask one another, how are you? Where does it hurt? How has it been? That's an important question for us to come together as a community and for us to move forward as a church. I'll see you Sunday, here in this room or on Zoom.